Welcome everybody to our Tuesday night team call. Tonight I'm excited because we are going to go over one of my favorite subjects. And if you were on my live vision board party that I did yesterday on my YouTube for the public, this is going to be very similar in a lot of ways. So it'll probably be something that you're hearing double, but I think that it's good to go over this a couple times. Some announcements that I want to make is that Thursday nights, don't forget that we have our new coach call. This week we'll be going over like what you need to be doing every day as a coach and that sort of thing, like what a power hour is and stuff. Also, don't forget that if you are interested in going on this cruise next year, it's really, really simple to earn. All you guys got to do is help 3 people a month get started with a challenge pack. But what you need to do is you need to go to the website, and I'll post the website in the team page, and you need to opt in that you want to be invited to go on this cruise. Because if you don't opt in, they will not send you an invitation to get registered. And right now, I don't know like when they will send your invitation to get registered, but I know they're going off Success Club points from last year. I don't know how they're working it with the new coaches. But my suggestion is to get on that list because you're gonna have people that drop from that list, and as soon as people start dropping is when you'll get your invitation, and you'll want to take advantage of that right away. Also, Team Cup is next month. Team Cup is basically where you team up with 5 other coaches and you work towards getting like basically each team, try to see who can get the most Success Club points in each team. And you work together. Sorry, something is popping up on my computer. What is it doing? Okay, so you work together as a team and you really just push really hard in the month. And actually, February tends to be a better month for myself rather than January is. And I'll tell you why, because if you didn't know this, most people do not commit to their health and fitness journey for the new year until the day after the Super Bowl. So I was actually making plans for my son's birthday, and I was going to do it that Sunday, and my mom's like, oh, it's a Super Bowl, you can still do it. And I was like, nope. Every year on the Super Bowl, my husband knows, like, we usually don't go anywhere. We'll just watch it from home. Or if we go to, like, my parents' or our friend's house down the street, they know I work the entire time because all of the women are on their phones, they're scrolling, and they're ready to make a change. They're like, okay, I really didn't step it up in January, and now I'm ready, and now they're stuffing their face, and they're ready to go on Monday. So that through the Super Bowl, except for probably halftime, I am totally working the whole time. So I suggest that if you want to be successful, that's something that you might want to do is connect with people, start talking to people that day, because it's a really great day to do that. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get into the goal setting and vision board that I want to discuss tonight. So this is basically how I'm going to break down the steps on how I set goals and how I make my vision board and how I really start the year with some intention of things that I want to achieve, and how I'm going to break it down to where like every single day I'm going to break it down from yearly goals to daily your daily to-do list, and how I get to that point and how you can really stay focused on the things that you want to achieve this year, whether it be in your business, your personal life, whatever it is. This is how I do it. So first and foremost, the first thing that I like to do, I'm reading my notes. The first thing that I like to do is you need to pick a few areas of your life that you want to focus on. So we all have all of these areas in our life that need work on, but I want you to pick like the top 3 or 4 areas that you really want to focus on this year. So for instance, for myself, it is my business, it's my lifestyle, my relationships, and my health and fitness. So those are the 4 areas that I really want to focus on this year. Yours can be different things. It could be maybe your spirituality, maybe it's religion, maybe it's your home life, maybe it's your career. whatever it is, I want you to narrow it down to 3 or 4 of those so that that's your point of focus this year. The next thing that I want you to do, the second thing I want you to do, if you haven't got it, you don't have to get it, but one of my favorite books ever is The Desire Map. And this really changed the way that I set goals and set my intentions for the year. Or if I ever feel like I need to, go back to goal setting and stuff, I always pull this book out. It is amazing. The Audible version is even more amazing. If you can go through that, I highly suggest that because she really walks you through step by step what you need to do. So the point of this book is to figure out the way that you want to feel this year. I think that, and I talked about this in my live video on my page today, but I think this is something that people miss the boat on, is they start setting all of these goals, they look at what everybody else is setting, and they don't set goals that have meaning to themselves, and they don't really think about, how would I feel if I achieve this goal? What are my desired feelings for this year? So I want you to go through those different areas in your life, and I want you to make a brain dump. I want you to brain dump all of the different feelings that you want to feel. And there's no right or wrong answer to any of this, you guys. Like, this is for you. This is something that takes me probably a week. It's like a week-long process. And I make sure when I do this, like, I have time for myself. Nobody's distracting me. And when I am doing this, I'm focused on myself. I'm not thinking about what, like my success partner, what my friend, success partner, Marianne, is putting on her goal list. I'm not thinking about what my husband wants me to do. I'm not thinking about what my mom wants me to do, or my friend, or what everybody else is doing. I'm really solely focused on me and the way I want to feel and the things that I want to achieve through the year. So I take those areas of focus that I've already thought about, and I write, so my business at the top of there. And then I just dump all of the ways I want to feel about my business, like brain dump. And start searching through words. And that's why I like this book, because in the beginning of this book, it gives you like pages and pages and pages of desired feelings. So you can kind of go through those and think, oh yeah, that word really like hits home to me. You can get on Google, you can search other words that mean the same thing, and just really take some time to do that. So I will take the days and I'll brain dump all of those days out. Or I will brain dump in each of those areas of my life the way I want to feel. Then what I do is I go back and I narrow it down to three or four ways that I want to feel throughout the entire year. And if you guys like have any idea, I would love if you guys wanted to share with me. If not, like after this is over, maybe in a few days, share in the team page so we can hear what your desired feelings are this year. I used to pick a word for the year, and I still think that's important, but I think that for me, the desired feelings mean a lot more than just a word. So a word that kept coming up for me at the end of last year was passion. So one of the feelings I want to feel is passionate. The four feelings that I narrowed down were limitless, passionate, energized, and authentic. So I narrow those down. I write them out in my notebook. And then what I do is I take those feelings and I start brain dumping goals that I want to achieve in each area that I talked about. So I'll start brain dumping goals that I want to achieve for my business. But all of those goals have to align with the way I want to feel. So if that goal isn't going to make me have one of those feelings, it just goes off my list. I've talked about this a lot, and especially if you've already listened to my YouTube yesterday, but one of the goals that I thought was going to be on my list didn't end up on my list, and that was doing a bikini competition this year. Because in the end, when I looked at my desired feelings, it did not match up with a bikini competition. So it was easy for me to let go of. And I think doing this in this order makes it very easy to figure out what goals you really want to achieve and what goals really won't matter to you. Because I know that there's been times, and we all do it, and I'll probably still do this from time to time, is you set a goal and it really has no real meaning to you. You're just doing it because everybody else is doing the same goal. Maybe your goal in this business isn't to make a six-figure income. Maybe it's just to make a couple $100 extra $100 a month. And that's completely fine. But when you start seeing other people set these huge goals, then you're like, well, I need to set it. And then you're working towards this goal and you get stressed out, and then you forget why you even started in the first place. So I really want you to be intentional when you're setting your goals, and to really think about the way that you want to feel, not the way everybody else wants to feel, not what everybody else is setting, but think about that. So basically what I'll do is I'll go through and do a brain dump, just like I did with the feelings, and I'll brain dump in each area a bunch of goals. Like there will be a lot of different goals in each area that I want to achieve. And then what I do is I go back and I pick like 2, maybe 3 goals in each area that I really want to focus on, and kind of one big goal for me that I'm really looking forward to, like something that I will basically make me feel all of those feelings that I chose at the end of the year. And to be honest with you, most of the time for me, that's an income goal. And then all of the other goals kind of like lead up to reaching that big goal. So I'll pick 2 or 3 goals in each of those areas. After that, what I do, and I want to say this, the bigger the better. I know that it feels good to set achievable goals, but at the same time, I have no doubt that you will not work as hard as you would if you set a bigger goal. And the thing is if you don't achieve that goal, then that's okay. You can move it on to the next year. My income goal, you guys, has been moved over for 3 years. And I still have the same passion, the same feeling, the same drive for that goal. But each year my income has increased because I am shooting for that big goal. And you're going to get closer each time. So don't, and you know what? And sometimes you might need to reevaluate a goal, and that's completely fine too. But I always say the bigger the better. Because if you fall short of it, you're probably going to go higher than you would have if you would have set an attainable goal for yourself. Okay. And the other thing that I want you to do while you're setting these goals is I don't want you to think about how this is going to happen. I just want you to think about the goal. Like, don't think about all of the hows and what you need to do to get there. Like, just set these goals and allow yourself to dream and vision and enjoy this process, not be stressed out about how this is going to happen. And if that starts creeping in, maybe take a step back and then come back to this the next day. Okay, so the next thing is after you chose those 1 to 3 goals in each area of your focus or your priority areas, then what I want you to do is I really sit down and write a vision letter to yourself. So a year out. Now these used to be super hard for me. I could write a 5-year vision letter, no problem. Like bust it out, good to go. But a year was hard for me because I was so focused on those hows. Once I let go of the hows and I wrote the 1-year vision letter, just like I wrote the 5-year vision letter, it really, really was a lot. It was easier for me to do. And so take those goals that you want to achieve and then start, write. It is December 31st, 2018, and this is what I achieved. This is how I feel. This is what I see. This is what I smell. Like be as detailed as possible in this letter. And what you're going to find is as you're writing this to yourself, you're going to see some goals that are going to stick out more than other goals are that you kind of chose. And so maybe you're going to see, and that's the thing is like, it's like a funnel process. Like you're going to start here and then you're going to end up funneling it down to where you're going to see like the things that you really want to focus on this year. Okay, so be very detailed, write it as it already happened. And then from there, it's going to be really easy to create your vision board. So I like to create 2 vision boards. I'm not going to lie, I've only done one of them. But I like to do one, a digital one, and then I like to do like a hard copy one. So the digital one, you can use like Canva or PicMonkey. I have a few YouTube videos I can share that will break down exactly how to do that. I'm not going to do that tonight. But Canva, PicMonkey, or Hay House has an app that you just pick the picture and then you can shrink it to the size you want and stuff. That's the easiest for me because I am like technologically challenged when it comes to like PicMonkey and Canva. Like it's just not my thing. So So I'll make one on there so I can put it on my computer screen. I can put it on the back of my phone. Like whenever like I need to look at something, you know, it's there. I get my pictures from either Instagram or Pinterest. So the cool thing about Instagram, and a lot of people might not know this, I don't know if I can show you guys my phone because you probably can't see it, but you can save pictures to different boards. This is also a tip for your business, that if you're running your business on Instagram, you can actually create like lists on your board. So if you find somebody that you're like, oh my gosh, she would be like a dream coach of mine, you can put her on a board. And so then when you're going back to make your connections, you can just go to that board, click on her, and then go comment and like on all of her stuff. And I'm sure I have a video on exactly how to do that too. But basically, I don't know what you guys probably can't see because that light is all messed up. Anyways, there is a little arrow on Instagram that you can click, and then, oh wait, no, that's not what it says. Oh, it's the little flag button. Oops, not going to show up. Okay, there's a little flag button that you hit, and it's going to say save to collection, and then you can create the collections that you want to create. I know there's a short video that explains how to do that, and I'll share that with you guys. So you can create your vision board on there, or what I do is I go to Pinterest and I'll start searching like the way I want to feel, like those words that I wrote out, and I'll start saving pictures in a private board on there. And then I will get those pictures printed off. You can do it from Shutterfly. Usually they have like free prints. All you gotta do is pay for shipping. Or I sent mine to Walgreens because I didn't have enough time for them to come in. And then you can do things, you can get magazine clippings, different things, and just kind of make a board how you want to make it. Now, there's a lot more creative people out there than my vision board. My friend Sam, who used to be a coach with us, she's no longer a coach, but she has a video on her YouTube where she did a really, really nice, like put together one. I'm just not that organized. I don't have that much space in my brain. I don't know. But here is mine, and I showed this last night. Basically, I took the pictures. This is falling off. See, like, and I just basically put them on it's like a foam board. It's not even a cork board. And I just use these push pins, and I put the pictures up of the things that I wanted to achieve. Some of these pictures I moved from last year. I focused on putting things that I wanted to achieve, and then I focused on putting things that I wanted to make sure that I stuck to every single day. Like I put this picture of Autumn up, and on it says consistency, and it says show up every day. So things I need to remind myself of. I even wrote myself a check of the amount of money that I want to make this year. And I did I have my brand thing printed out, and I wrote how many Instagram followers I want and how many YouTube followers I want. And I'll hang this above my desk so that I could look at it every day, and it'll remind me like what I'm working towards. And it'll remind me not only of my goals, but like what I see, like the time I want to spend with my kids and the vacations I want to take and that sort of thing. So that's pretty much how I make my vision board. So how do you make your goals a reality? So after you have done all of that, it doesn't take as long as it sounds, because usually when you get going, it's like something that's really fun to do. But I break down my goals from yearly goals to quarterly goals to monthly goals. So in order for me to hit this yearly goal, I need to hit this quarterly goal. And I start thinking about the different things that I need to achieve. Like for instance, if I want to hit this income goal at the end of the year, like how many people do I need on my team? And so if that means I need this many people on my team, then how many people do I need to have in quarter one? How many people do I need to have by the time I get to Summit? How many people do I need to have by October? And if you guys have no idea, like if you're like, okay, I had this income goal in mind, but I have no idea how to achieve it, that would be a totally different call, and I can totally help you guys and break it down. Just send me a message and I can help you do that. So then from there, I break down monthly. Okay, I need to sign this many coaches a month in order to get to my income goal, for the entire year. Then I break it down per week, and then I break it down like basically per day, and that would turn into like my to-do list. So I need to be inviting this many people to coaching. Usually they say it's like 1 in 10 people that you invite to coaching will actually sign up. And what I found is that usually it takes about 90 days for that to turn into either a challenge pack sale or a regular sale. So whoever you're talking to now usually will come around in 90 days. So remember that when you're working, because you're putting in this work now, but sometimes it won't pay off for 90 days. And then on top of that, this is kind of, I'm going off on a tangent, but you don't want to let your foot off on the gas pedal. So, make those daily, like, non-negotiables that you're going to do from these big goals. Like maybe, and don't compare your daily to-dos to anybody else's, but like maybe you're going to just connect with 5 people a day. You're going to invite 5 people a day. You're going to connect with 5 of your customers. And, if you don't have any coaches, then that's fine, but maybe you're going to connect with 5 of your coaches. Usually that's what I set goals for myself, is how many people I'm just going to connect with, like build an authentic relationship with, how many people I'm going to invite or follow up. For me, those follow in under the same category. And then how many coaches I'm going to talk to, and how many people I'm going to add to my network. And those are like the things that I go off of every single day. And sometimes I do more than others on other days. But basically, so you're going to go from those yearly goals, quarterly goals, monthly goals, weekly goals, all the way down to what your to-do list is going to be. And then from there, you're going to really, what did I write down? Oh, okay. I already said that. Sorry. Okay. So my tips to focusing on these goals and these tips every single day is starting a journaling practice, like a morning journaling practice. This can take you 5 minutes literally to get through, but it's something that I do every single morning. I enjoy doing it, so I usually set like 30 or 40 minutes aside for myself, but it doesn't have to be that long. You can choose on how long you want it to be, and maybe, it'll become a thing for you. And some people like to do it at night. I like to start it in the morning because it really sets my intentions for the day. So not only are you going to have your vision board that you made to look at, or you're going to have the one that you made on your computer. Also, another thing is, if you decide to make a digital one, you could just get that printed off and put that in a picture frame. So that would be simple and easy. Excuse me. So as far as my journaling every day goes, the first thing I always start off with is gratitude. I write down at least 3 things I'm grateful for every single day. And I try to make them different each day. And then I'll write down a 4th thing that I'm grateful for. And it's usually something that I have not achieved yet, but I pretend that I have achieved it, and I talk about why I'm grateful for it, and act like it's already happened. So just kind of like throwing it out there into the universe. And then I start, the second thing I do is an I am list. And my I am list always start with the way I want to feel. So my I am list each, day starts with I am limitless, I am energized, I am passionate, I am authentic. And then I'll go from there, and I usually fill out, my journal is not in here because it's in the kitchen. But anyways, I'll do a whole page of I ams, like anything that comes to my mind, anything that I want to work on. I am organized. Like I am like the most unorganized person. So I am organized. I am an awesome wife. I am an awesome mom. I am leading an elite team. I am making this much money. I am hitting SC 25 plus every single month. Like these are things that I write down all the time. I'm attracting my tribe. I'm attracting people that are ready to commit and ready to take action. But I write these down every single day. And then after that, I go on to my goals. Now, you guys can decide how you want to do this. You don't have to follow the way I'm doing this. I'm just sharing with you what works for me. But I'll usually start with yearly goals, and I'll write down yearly goals. And I'll just say it is December 31st, 2018, and I'll write them quickly. It won't be like that long vision letter that I talked about. I have officially made this much money. I have officially this many coaches on Team Fearless. I have all these things. I'll just go down the list. And then sometimes what I'll do is I'll write that big goal that I was talking about with you guys on there. Like usually, like I said, it's an income goal for me. And then I will break it down to, okay, this is what I achieved each month, or these are the goals that I want to achieve each month. So I'll just write those down every single day, just kind of what comes to me. I don't look at the what I wrote the day before. I just keep moving forward each day. And that really keeps me focused on what I'm working towards, what I want to achieve, and then like my daily to-dos. Let me see what else that I have in here. Basically, that's pretty much wrapping it up. I would love if you guys want to share any of your guys's, like the way you guys want to feel this year or your goals or anything like that. I would love to hear that. Otherwise, I think that's like about it. Just remember that you don't have to, you focus on yourself when you're setting your goals, and don't worry about everybody else. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. And if you set a goal and you're like, okay, it's really not aligned with my priorities, let it go. It's okay. And if you set a goal that you really want to achieve and you haven't achieved it, put it back on your goal list. Like it's just, you know, something that helps you work more and work harder. But sometimes goals don't serve us and you do have to let them go, and that's okay. Okay, I think that's all I have. If anybody has anything they want to add, or if they want to share some of their goals for this year, that would be awesome. All right, well, I will post the recording of this once I get it loaded up. Thank you guys for jumping on. And I look forward to this year with you guys. I think it's going to be great. And if you guys do your vision boards, I would love to see them. Take a picture or something and post them in the team pages so we can celebrate all of you and cheer you on for this year. So, all right, well, everybody have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.